I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, ladies and gentlemen. You know, about last week, I said there was just one more win to hoist the cup. Apparently that's too much to ask. Because since then, the Oilers, they outscored the Panthers roughly 13-5 in the next 3 games. I gotta hand it to the Edmonton Oilers, man. They didn't give up. They have hope. And our hopes are just dwindling every game. Our defense is just not there anymore. They constantly give up breakaway goals. And then they make the mistakes on the forechecks. And they make these lineup changes and they're just ill-prepared. They're just not prepared. Apparently, it's too much to ask to just do it one more time. But at the same time, the Oilers have all the momentum now. Hello, Oilers fans. I know you're watching. I'm not going to make any excuses. We flat out stink. And I think you're going to end up winning this championship. As the Panthers' 30 years of existence, all the pain, misery, suffering, this might be icing on the cake as they're on the verge of literally being reverse swept. Something that hasn't happened in 82 years. This is exactly what I was afraid of after Game 3. I don't know whether or not if I mentioned it Game 4 or Game 5. I don't care. It's all a blur at this point. This is exactly what I was afraid of. A possibility of a reverse sweep. The way how the Panthers have been playing, it could very well likely be. And every pain and suffering we endured, this would be icing in the cake of all the pain and suffering. I don't know, man. I gotta tell you this, though. Being a South Florida fan is not for the weak. It sucks. It freaking sucks. You need to have a lot of balls to root for these South Florida teams because they'll just break your heart every fucking time. The Heat, they constantly do this. And by the way, the Heat did the exact same thing last season in the Eastern Conference Finals before making it to the championship. They almost got reverse swept. They won Game 7, sure. But historically, that has never happened in NBA. NHL, however, it has happened before. It just hasn't happened in 82 years. In a Stanley Cup final, at least. I don't remember whether or not the last reverse sweep happened in hockey. I don't know exactly. 10 years ago? Maybe? Who was it? The Sharks? I don't remember. I really don't remember. I don't care. We're on the verge of doing that. It takes a lot of guts to do this, really. Bobrovsky's just lost his touch. And Stuart Skinner found his way. And Edmonton Oilers undefeated on elimination games. And now the Panthers are on elimination. They're on the brink of elimination for Game 7. This shouldn't happen. Their defense was outstanding up until Game 4. This is what an average hockey fan wants. This is exactly what the Oilers wanted. They can say this might be the greatest Stanley Cup final in history. There could very well be, but there's going to be a heartbreak. Only the Panthers, man. Only the Panthers. Anyway, 7:27 to the first period. There was a score, breakaway score by Warren Fogle. He is assisted by Kulak. That's his 7th assist. And Draisaitl, 21 assists. Mark gets called for a slash on Ekman Larson. Florida goes on the power play. They do actually shit. Believe it or not, they almost give up another shorthanded goal. I just said to them, I don't trust our power play. I really don't trust our power play anymore. And our power play is killed off. Go figure. Second period. Adam Henrique off a breakaway. Who the fuck's watching Henrique? Who is watching him? Ekholm gets his 5th assist. Mark gets his 4th assist. Henrique, with his 4th goal of the postseason, gets a wrist shot to make it 2-0. And he scores. Nobody was watching him. And they scored easily. Easily scored. A few seconds later, Barkov scores to try to make it 2-1. In my head, I'm thinking, this would have been nice if there was one to tie it up. This would have been nice to spark some hope. And then the coach challenged it for a potential offside. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say that's the reason we lost, because clearly it isn't. But that took away a lot of our momentum. It took away everything of our momentum. Because they called it back. When the puck, a micrometer? Or not at all? This should have been a goal. This really should have been a goal. I would have lost my marbles. But I just don't have the energy to lose my marbles. You're going to say it's clearly offside. I'm going to say if it was clear and obvious, then they would have had a much longer time looking at it. And then it took a short amount of time, I believe. And they called it off anyway. Paul Maurice on the bench, angry as a motherfucker. He likes to have that joking mentality with the team. He always like a jokester, but really now is not the time, because we're on a verge of being reverse swept. We're on a verge of being reverse swept. It's really no time for jokes. And I can't believe you're going to say, oh, we're going to bring the CIA into this. And so like that, get the fuck out of here. We're on the verge of being reverse swept. You're going to still joke about this? You're about to break our hearts. Momentum gone. Mark and Kachuk go on a brawl. It becomes a 4-on-4. Penalties will be killed off. Connor McDavid gets called for a hook against Barkov. Guess what? Newsflash, Florida still didn't do anything with the power play, so that's killed off. And then another breakaway by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins passing to Zach Hyman. And that's a 16th goal of the freaking postseason. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Anyway, 3-0. We're down 3-0. Go to the third period. Barkov scores on a filthy goal. I'm not saying Edmonton's not filthy, but Barkov, seemingly the only player that wants to freaking play. Kulikov gets his first assist of the postseason. Verhaeghe gets his 9th assist of the postseason. Barkov should have had 2 goals in the game. At the very least, I would have accepted the fact we would be down 3-1 heading to the third. I would have accepted that. But no, we're down 3-1 at this point. Barkov should have had 2. He doesn't. So it's 3-1. Derek Ryan gets called for a high stick on Nick Cousins. Florida goes on the power play. Guess what? They didn't do anything. Florida gets called for interference on Kevin Stanley. Edmonton Edmonton only got one shot on goal. McLeod scores on the empty, and by this point they have to do an empty net. McLeod scores off 4-goal, and then Darnell Nurse finishes off with Stuart Skinner's pass to Nurse to make it 5-1. Misconducts. The fight broke loose towards the end of the game. They're chanting, "We want the cup, we want the cup." By the way, in the national anthem, they're chanting "Sergey, Sergey," or "Sergey, Sergey" to disrespect the national anthem. No, I mean, fuck off. How would you like if we disrespected the national anthem like that? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Anyway, team stats: 21 shots on target for both sides. Florida with 44 hits, didn't do much, did it? Edmonton with a couple more face-off wins. 3 power play opportunities for Florida, 2 power opportunities for Edmonton. Nobody got a power play goal in. 22 block shots for Edmonton, 11 block shots for Florida, 18 takeaways from Edmonton, and 13 giveaways from Edmonton. Stars of the game: Warren Fogle with 1 star, 2 stars Zach Hyman, 3 stars Stuart Skinner. We're on the verge of really making history on the wrong side. I don't have the energy to do it anymore. It sucks. Fucking sucks, bro. It really is. I'm done talking about this. Enjoy it. At the very least, we can appreciate the fact that Florida Panthers made it this far. This is the farthest I've ever gone in their franchise history. But oh my God, this sucks. I even sent prayers. Before each game. No, they never answer my prayers. What good would it do if I make a prayer before Game 7? I don't know. You know what? You know what's even more? You want to know what's even more screwed up? McDavid didn't do much in this game, so clearly they have a good team. And Edmonton forced the Game 7, which is on Monday night. All right, I'm done talking about this. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm not sure what's the next game. I think the Sharks game is tonight. So playoff implications there. I do appreciate people coming by, watching this. Once again, hello Oilers fans. Consider subscribing for your team somehow popping up. All right, I'm going.